Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rock and Roll Spot Connection with a very different version of building the team. Normally, we would be looking at a specific build total, as well as a possibly a theme too. However, as that's not the case for this upcoming week, we'll be just simply doing. I'll be building a 10-member Avengers team using my basically not so much 10 essential, but so much as my 10 favorite Avengers. Also, for those who might be curious, the team amongst the teams I built the last time we did one of these, which was 800 points with the monster key using a figure with the monster keyword. I used the Avengers team with the Hulk. I went 1 and 2 and came very close to going 2 and 1 instead, but closely counts as horseshoes, hand grenades, and thermonuclear warfare. So, let's get started, shall we? So, since we're talking about the Avengers, of course we have to start off with the big three. You know, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man. So, we'll start with Cap. Now, with Cap, there are two versions of him that are just that good, you know? And I can't just say I'm only just pick on one. But for higher point games, which in all honesty are what I prefer, we got this bad boy. This is Captain America from the Captain America Civil War Gravity Feed set, based on the movie of the same name. He comes in at 125 points, has the Avengers Initiative team ability. For an additional 5 points, he can use the trait I'm with Cap, which allows him to use shape change when targeted with a ranged combat attack. He also has the Avengers, Shield, and Soldier keywords. Power-wise, we've got Running Shot, which gives way to Sidestep, which gives way to Charge. Then we've got Precision Strike, which on attack, which gives way to Incapacitate. On defense, we've got Indomitable, as well as Invulnerability, which gives way to Toughness, which gives way to Combat Reflexes. Then on damage, we've got the special power Inspiring Leader. Captain America can use leadership. When he does and succeeds, choose a friendly character and modify the attack and defense value of that character by +1 until your next turn. This is followed up by Close Combat Expert, which is fairly common on versions of Captain America. Except, however, for the other version that I'm actually quite fond of as well, which is from the Avengers Defenders War set. He's a common, costs 50 points, has the Avengers team ability. He also has the Avengers and Soldier keywords. He's got the special damage power Respected Leader for the entirety of his dial. This allows him to use leadership, obviously. However, he succeeds on a 4 through a 6, so he's got a 50% chance of succeeding. And on the result of a 6, you may also remove an action token from each friendly character with the Avengers keyword within range. He's got Sidestep with a little bit of charge, then nothing on attack, Energy Indomitable, as well as Energy Deflection, which gives way to Combat Reflexes. And like I said, on every click of damage, every part of his damage dial, he's got Respected Leader. So yeah, that's actually really good, and that was especially good for lower point teams. So next up, we've got Thor, and our pick here is the title character version from the Mighty Thor set. Comes in at 175 points, has Indomitable, as well as the Asgardian, Avengers, and Warrior keywords. Then his title character abilities. For 1 plot point, if you add a plot point, he can bring the lightning, which allows him to make a second range combat attack targeting a different opposing character after hitting one opposing character. If you remove a plot point, you can restore the lost Asgardians. Place adjacent another friendly character with the Asgardian keyword. If you do, heal both Thor, Odin's son, and that character one click. That's admit on an Avengers team not so useful. Largely because there aren't too many Avengers with the Asgardian keyword. There are some, don't get me wrong. Valkyrie, other versions of Thor. I think the ones from Fear itself that had weapons, I think they have Asgardian. But I have to check to see. And then if you remove 8, God of Thunder. For the rest of the game, as long as Thor Odinson is on the map, when an opposing character would get an action token, it gets 2 action tokens instead. So, the first and last one aren't bad, or not bad, and could be quite useful. Anyways, next up, one of the big 3 is, of course, Iron Man. This is the version from the super rare from the Avengers Assemble set. He's got Armorer, Avengers, Celebrity, Scientist, and Stark Industries. He costs 242 points. He's also got improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain. And the trait, it's an Avengers world. Iron Man and adjacent friendly characters with a lower point value and the Avengers keyword can use Defend. If they are named Captain America or Thor, they don't have to be adjacent or lower point value. Now, sadly, because this is Thor Odinson, he doesn't count for that. Then we've got, but as he has the Avengers keyword, if he's adjacent to this Iron Man, he can use Defend as well. Which is great because he's got a 19 defense. Then we've got Running Shot, which gives way to Sidestep, which gives way to Hypersonic Speed, which finally gives way to Stealth. Then we've got, on Attack, Penetrating Psychic Blast, which gives way to Energy Explosion, which then on Defense, first off you got Indomitable, but you got Invincible, then Impervious, then Toughness, then Regeneration. On damage, we've got Probability Control and an opening 5 damage. Range Combat Expert and Enhancement. All in all, very not bad. Alright, now we're going to pick someone a bit different. Now, when I said my favorite Avengers, I mean my favorite characters who are Avengers. Not my favorite characters who are known to be Avengers only. So, my favoriteest Avenger of all time, who just so happens to be my favorite comic book character of all time, Wolverine. That's right. Starting in New Avengers, Wolverine became an Avenger. Which made sense. Wolverine is one of the most popular Marvel characters. And to be fair, that's what New Avengers did. Was it took some of the classic Avengers, but you also had characters who were just popular. Spider-Man, Wolverine. But anyways, this Wolverine comes in at 113 points, has the X-Men team ability. Then he's got the Avengers, Brute, Weapon X, X-Force, and X-Men team keywords. He's got a trait, hard to get rid of. Wolverine can use regeneration and toughness. On speed, we've got Charge, which clicks into Sidestep. On attack, we've got a special power. It's supposed to be the sound that his claws make when they pop. Wolverine can use Blaze Claw's fangs. If the result of his D6 roll is lower than his printed damage value, instead of dealing damage, he may make another close combat attack against the same character. Not bad. It's kind of flurry light. Then he clicks into combat reflexes. I don't like the fact that honestly, but my biggest problem with this figure is that with this dial it has a naked defense. It's got a naked defense on the starting click. But yeah, it goes into combat reflexes, which then goes into healing factor. At the beginning of your turn, Wolverine can use regeneration as a free action. Now remember, he's got regeneration traded, so that's actually kind of useful. Not as useful as it used to be with the changes made to regeneration, but yeah. Then we click into exploit weakness, so also good. That then clicks into battle fury. All in all, not a bad figure, and definitely one of the, I don't know, definitely one of the top 5 Wolverine dials. At least not counting any chases. Alright, next up we've got my favorite character who is generally thought of as, if anything else, an Avenger, Hawkeye. Yes, I know, it's Hawkeye. He's the guy with the bow and arrow. Bite me. I like Hawkeye. Now this particular Hawkeye is from the Avengers Age of Ultron starter set. He comes in at 75 points, has the Avengers Initiative team ability. Avengers, Martial Artist, Spy, and Stark Industries keywords. Improved targeting, ignores characters. The trait, you and I remember Budapest very differently. Hawkeye can use Running Shot. When he's adjacent to a friendly character named Black Widow, they both modify their attack values by +1, if not already modified by this effect. That might come in handy later on in this. I mean, if I were to choose Black Widow, if I were to add Black Widow to it. Anyways, power-wise, we've got Stealth, which gives way to Sidestep. On attack, we've got Penetrating Psychic Blast, which gives way to the special power Explosive Arrows. Explosive Arrows grants Hawkeye Energy Explosion, as well as improved targeting, ignores and destroys blocking terrain. On defense, we start off with Willpower. This goes into Energy Deflection. On damage, we start off with Enhancement, which clicks into the special power, the Deadly Hawk. This allows Hawkeye to use Ranged Combat Expert. When he has no action tokens, he may either activate it as a ranged combat action, or he may modify his attack value by an additional +1 when using it. That is very not bad. Very not bad at all. Next up, we've got, wouldn't you know it, another one of my favorite characters who is largely thought of as, if nothing else, an Avenger. None other than Black Widow. Funny how that turns out. So anyways, this is the one from the Avengers Assemble booster set. She's got the Avengers team ability. Comes in at 110 points. She has the Avengers, Champions, Lady Liberators, Martial Artists, Marvel Knights, Shield, and Spy keywords. She has improved movement, ignores hindering terrain. Then she's got the Double Agent trait. Black Widow can use Shape Change and Stealth. When she uses Shape Change and succeeds, she can't be targeted by opposing characters at all for the rest of the turn. That is actually really fun when you manage to make it work. She starts on move. She got Running Shot, which gives way to Sidestep, and then which in turn gives way to Charge. On attack, we've got Precision Strike, which gives way to the special power Widow's Bite. Black Widow can use Poison, but may be given the free action to activate at any time during your turn. Very useful, as generally Poison can only be used at the beginning of the turn. On defense, she's got Indomitable, and she's also got Super Senses, which gives way to Combat Reflexes. Then on damage, we've got Perplex, which then gives way to Outwit. So even without being the Black Widow that is designed to work exactly with this Hawkeye, they can still work very well together. Next up on the list, I'm actually a really big fan of the New Avengers run, and because of that run, I was largely introduced to Luke Cage. Now, I already knew who Luke Cage was, but I generally just thought of him as being Marvel's blaxploitation character. Because of the writers on the book, or well, writer, I gained a newfound respect for the character and came to like him quite a bit, actually. Anyways, this version of Luke Cage comes from the Age of Ultron storyline set. He's got the Spider-Man ally team ability, this makes him a wild card. He's got a point cost of 125. He brings the Avengers, Heroes for Hire, and Thunderbolts keywords with him, as well as the trait Mighty Avengers. Increase Luke Cage's defense value by 1 for each other friendly character within 4 squares that can use this trait. Sadly, there aren't and won't be anyone else on the team that does, so that's kind of pointless. On speed, we've got the special power, Danny goes over, I go through. Luke Cage can use enhanced movement, or improved movement, ignores hindering terrain, and ignores and destroys blocking terrain. When Luke Cage resolves a move action and has moved 4 squares or less, he can make a close combat attack as a free action. Okay? That clicks into Sidestep and then Flurry. On attack, we start off with Super Strength, which gives way to Quake. On defense, we've got Indomitable for one thing, as well as starting off with Invincible, Invulnerability, then Toughness. Fairly standard, but a little with some changes. On damage, we open up with Leadership, which gives way to Close Combat Expert, which gives way to Battle Fury. Next up, also largely from the new Avengers run, but also a long-time reserve member, the amazing, the spectacular, the sensational Spider-Man. Now this is the version from Sinister Foes of Spider-Man. He's cost 70 points and has the Spider-Man ally team ability, again making him a wild card. Keyword-wise, we've got Avengers, Spider-Man Family, and Scientist. We got a trait, Call in Help from the Spider-Verse. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, when Spider-Man hits an opposing character after action resolve, you may roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled. On a 3 to a 6, place another friendly character with the Spider-Man Family keyword adjacent to this character. Not entirely useful, especially on this team. We've also got improved movement, ignores elevation. We've got a special defense power. My spider sense is going off like crazy. Spider-Man can use spider super senses. When he does, increase the result of his roll by 1 for every 100 points of the attacking character's cost. That can be very useful. Ooh. Especially against those really high point colossals, or just mid-range high point, like this guy. Anyway, so we've got Charge, which gives way to Flurry, which gives way to Sidestep. On attack, we've got Super Strength at the top end of the dial. On defense, after the special power, we've got regular super senses. On damage, we've got Close Combat Expert, which gives way to Exploit Weakness. Not bad. Not a perfect job, but fairly close. I think what would make it perfect would actually be like a combined running shot and incapacitate, but you could only use the incapacitate in conjunction with running shot. Alright, so next on the list we've got a classic member of the team, Black Panther, the King of Wakanda. One, I love this sculpt. That's why we're using this version. This is from the Age of Ultron storyline set. And yeah, a lot of figures that I really like come from that set. It was actually a really well done set, I gotta say. So, Black Panther's got the Avengers team ability. He comes in 140 points. He's got the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Illuminati, Martial Artist, Mystical, Ruler, and Scientist keywords. He's got improved movement, ignores elevation and hindering terrain. He's got a trait, Cloaking Tech. Black Panther can use stealth and toughness. When it isn't your turn, lines of fire to him are blocked if he is adjacent to blocking terrain. On movement, we've got a special power, Spring from the Shadows. Black Panther can use charge. When he occupies hindering terrain or is adjacent to blocking terrain, he can use sidestep. After that, he clicks into plasticity. On attack, he starts off with precision strike, which clicks into Blade's Claw's Fangs. On defense, we've got, well, for one thing, he's indomitable. He starts off with combat reflexes, which clicks into super senses. On damage, we start off with a special power, More Than a Head of State. Black Panther can use that leadership and outwit. Then he clicks into regular outwit and then clicks into perplex. Not too shabby. There are other lower point versions of this of Black Panther, but that one I think is the best. If for no other reason than that whole thing where you can just cut off lines of fire to him, and it's a trait, so it can't be outwitted because it does not because that's not part of any standard powers. Anyways, lastly on this 10-member team, we've got Captain Marvel, soon to be the star of her own most likely blockbuster movie. This is from the Guardians of the Galaxy booster set. She has no team ability, costs 150 points, brings the Avengers, Kree, Pilot, Soldiers, Spy, and Starjammers keywords to the table. She has 2 traits. First off, living up to Captain Marvel's legacy. Once per game, when Captain Marvel would be KO'd, instead roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled. On a 1, 2, or 3, turn her to click 7 and modify her combat values by -1 for the rest of this game. On a 4 or a 5, turn her to click 6. On a 6, turn her to click 5 and modify her combat values by +1 for the rest of the game. Next up, we've got Trained Pilot. Captain Marvel can use energy shield deflection. Power ways with what's actually showing on the dial. Start off with hypersonic speed. This clicks into charge and then flurry. On attack, we start off with super strength, which gives way to steel energy. On defense, we start off with for one thing, she's indomitable. Like I would say, the majority of these figures. But she starts off with invulnerability, then gives way to toughness, then combat reflexes. But on damage, she starts off with the special power 7th Sense. Captain Marvel can use outwit and probability control. And I would say one thing I would probably do just for shits and giggles with this team is throw in a shield liaison in the form of Agent Phil Coulson. Now Phil costs 75 points and has the shield team ability. He's got Avengers, Shield, Soldier, and Spy keywords. He has a trait Field Team Backup. While Agent Coulson is attacking a single character, if another friendly character with this trait has line of fire to the target, Agent Coulson can use probability control. No one else has a trait on this team, so. Well, you start off with Running Shot, which gives way to stealth. On attack, we've got field testing some new tech. Agent Coulson can use energy explosion and penetrating psychic blast, which is nowhere near as cool as it used to be. Damn it! Change frickin' rule how the powers work. Frickin' that gives way to incapacitate. On defense, we've got toughness, followed by combat reflexes. And on damage, we've got Agent level 7. Agent Coulson can use enhancement and leadership. When he uses leadership and succeeds, he may instead remove an action token from up to 2 friendly characters that share a keyword with him. And seeing as how they've all got Avengers, well, yeah. And that gives way to Empower. So, yeah. Not bad for, yeah, you kind of said who made suggestions on behalf of S.H.I.E.L.D. Anywho, that is the extent. That's it for my, I guess, ideal 10-member Avengers lineup. Like I said, with a Shield agent to make suggestions on behalf of Shield. Now, the reason for this is because tomorrow is going to be a sealed event, so as the new set has been released. Anyway, that is it for today. Not going to be doing a video tomorrow on account of need to get some sleep early. So, yeah, try and get. I wanted to get the review of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 up before reviewing the new Halloween movie. That did not happen, but we're going to try and get that review up probably aiming for Tuesday. Aiming for Tuesday. Thursday is a possibility. Not gonna lie. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll be doing another one of these. The next time there's going to be a sealed event coming up, I'll be doing another one of these, but with a different team. If you want, you can make suggestions for a comic team you'd like to see me do my ideal lineup for in the comments. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I put up new content. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon are in the description box down below. And as always, this is Rock and Roll Spock signing off. As always, saying, live long and rock hard.